Hey guys, it's Bethany Lucine here. I haven't posted anything live in a while, but I've had a lot going on in my life the past couple of days, and so I just wanted to jump on real quick and share a little bit of what's been going on with you. So I have really felt in a slump lately. Paralyzed, you could say, by fear and doubt and anxiety and stress. And the more I started thinking about it, the more I realized that fear has kind of been a pattern in my life. It's either held me back from doing things that I wanted to do, or it's caused me to quit and give up on things that I didn't succeed at right away, because I didn't want to fail. It was easier to quit than to fail for me, because at least I could say, well, I didn't really try, and that's why I failed, rather than, than feeling like it was my fault. But the more I've been thinking about it, the more I realize that it's actually worse to quit than it is to fail. Because with failure comes growth. And with failure comes, one step closer to success. And all that fear does is paralyze you and keep you stagnant and stuck in one place. And I think God has really been trying to speak to me lately on this topic. I went to Young Living seminar this weekend called How to Punch Fear in the Face. And it was exactly what I needed to hear. And then I'm reading a book, an awesome book that was given to me by my Young Living sponsor called You Are a Badass. And the chapter that I read last night just happened to be about fear and how fear, is really just an illusion, because when you really think about what fear is, are you afraid of what's happened in the past? Are you afraid of what is happening now in the present? Or are you afraid of what's happening in the future? The only thing there is to be fearful of is what hasn't happened yet. And why would you be fearful of something that hasn't even happened yet? It's really irrational to be afraid, to be fearful of the future, and yet that's all that we can be fearful of, is what's coming, what we don't know, what we can't see, what we don't expect. And it has kept me from, doing so many things. I'm financially struggling right now. I've been fearful about that. I started a new job. I've been fearful about that, failing at that. Starting my Young Living business, I've been fearful about failing at that. In the past, that fear would have caused me to just give up and quit. I dropped out of college because I was fearful of failing. I dropped out of cosmetology school because I was fearful. I have walked away from relationships out of fear. Just time and time again in my life, fear has held me back.
Mom?
Sorry about that. My daughter needed me for a minute. So I am back. So anyway, I am learning so much from everything that is going on in my life right now. And I came to the conclusion that God is really trying to speak to me and teach me about trusting in Him on a whole new level, and pressing into Him and leaning on Him and trusting in Him. I do pretty good for a little while with the whole trust thing, but as soon as things start to get a little too crazy, then I start to have those same old doubts, and I want to take control, and I want to, make things happen the way I think they should happen, when I think they should happen. I just want the security of knowing, that things are going to work out and how they're going to work out. But that's not the definition of faith. The definition of faith is believing without seeing, believing before we see, believing before we have evidence. And that things are going to be okay, knowing that just from past experience and from what, God says in His Word, that He is going to, fulfill it, and He's going to take care of us, even when we don't see how. So anyway, I met a lady today at work who had a lot of similar experiences to mine, and had been in a similar place as I was about 10 years ago. And so she had a lot of advice and insight for me, and it was just a total God thing that I met her today, because this fear had really been oppressing me, and she just spoke encouragement and life into me, and just really, encouraged me to that I was going to be okay, that everything was going to be okay, that, God's hand was at work, and whatever He, had ordained was going to come to fruition. So I'm really developing, I'm really growing, I'm really excited about the future and what's coming and everything that that God has in store for my future. And so anyway, I just wanted to encourage you today, if you're struggling with fear or worry or stress or anxiety, to just trust and believe that there is something bigger in control, and that He's got this, and He takes care of us. He cares about us and loves us more than we know and can understand, and more than we love and care about ourselves. And so anyway, I hope that encourages somebody today, and I hope you have a good evening. Thanks. Bye.